Hi, I'm Stephen with Culmination. Today finds us at Westward Whiskey, an incredible Portland distillery. I'm here with Liam Glad. You are the head distiller here at Westward.
That's correct.
Now you have been with Westward since 2014.
Yeah, it's been a long run and I've loved it.
And that even predates before they were in this space. So you're like OG Westward Whiskey.
Yep, as close as you can get.
So I have to tell you, I love Westward Whiskey. I love whiskey, I love coffee mugs. I even have a real life, authentic Westward Whiskey coffee mug.
Oh yeah, super fan then.
So today we're going to talk about Multnomah County Stout. It's every year Culmination does a fall seasonal, and we'll talk about that beer in a second. But then more importantly, we're going to talk about what I'm calling, for lack of a better word, lack of a better title, Westward, or Multnomah County Stout Westward Whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so every year, since early in the days at Culmination, we get barrels from you guys, and then we brew an amazing seasonal, really flavor, really incredible. So every fall we release it. We're just about to release our 2023 MCS seasonal. We're gonna have our regular bourbon, then we have a special edition Cardamom, and maybe you'll get to taste those toward the end of this video.
That.
And so that's fun, and we're about to release those. But then about 6 years ago, if I understand the story correctly, you guys did something pretty amazing. You asked for our recipe.
Yes.
And so we make Westward Whiskey. We take the barrels, we barrel age our beer in your whiskey. You took our beer recipe and you made the beer here at your distillery.
Yes, we did.
And then what did you do with that beer?
So we distilled it, and then we put it into barrels. So our process is that we do a double distillation on our whiskeys. So we brewed it, we let it ferment until it was finished, and then we put it into our low wine still. We distilled it once there, and then we sent all of that to our high wine still, which is where we made our separation cuts on it, the heads, hearts, and tails. And we we take a very conservative cut on it so that we take all of the good flavors and none of the bad flavors from the hearts or tails. And then we sent that to a tank and we barreled it, and we got around 4 barrels worth of whiskey that has been aging since May of 2017.
That sounds amazing.
It was delicious, I can tell you that.
So as I'm sure a lot of people know watching this video, but some may not, you have to make basically beer to make whiskey. And that's, if I understand correctly, that's called whiskey wash.
Yes.
So it's almost like beer. For those who don't know, tell us how it is and is not like beer, whiskey wash.
Well, whiskey wash is just everything that you can make of beer, but we just don't add any hops to it. So hops originally was added to beer as a preservative. And since we are distilling everything that we're brewing here within about a week or so, we don't need to have any preservatives on it, and the hops would just add another flavor that is not necessary for whiskey. Very fantastic for beer though. And so yeah, we took your recipe, we did everything exactly the same, except we didn't add any hops to it.
Okay, so when you make whiskey wash, I bet it tastes great, but it's probably almost the same every time.
It's very, very similar, though there are going to be micro differences from batch to batch. The yeast can be a little bit different. It could be a little more stressed. It could be a little more happy. And so it's going to be throwing off different esters and different flavors that we're able to capture. And if we have a slight variation from brew to brew, that's actually fantastic because we can mingle those barrels together that we get out of it, and we can either come up with a consistent flavor, or we'll pick out barrels that are super special, like this barrel that we just released, Culminations, and then send it out into the world.
Okay, so you gave us a wonderful distiller's answer. When we make beer, like at Culmination, as people know, we'll use different hops. Our brewers will use different hops to get a slightly different flavor every time, or maybe different adjuncts. And so we may have 19 beers on tap, and they'll all taste different.
Yep.
And so if you made 19 whiskey washes, while technically they may all be different, not everybody may taste very similar to the average citizen, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
how much fun was it for you this time to make a whiskey wash that you were making Multnomah County Stout and having all the cool stuff that goes into that beer?
Oh, it was so much fun. You get so many different flavors coming through. Like we get chocolate coming through on each of the distillations, and just the flavor of the high wines. The last distillation that we do, it was just a chocolate bomb, and it was, yeah. I mean, I love whiskey. I love Westward, but you know, adding a little bit of a flavor in there that we don't normally get is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just, it fires me up that you made our beer and then you distilled it, and then 6 years later, coming fall 2023, the same time frame that we're releasing MCS 2023, you're releasing MCS Westward Whiskey 2023.
Exactly.
All right, I want to taste the whiskey. Before we do, I brought you some MCS, both our bourbon and our cardamom, so you can taste it. Let us know what you think.
I'd love that. Yeah.
So we'll start with the bourbon.
Bourbon. All right. Oh yeah. Nice and chocolatey. I love that. Very strong. Oh, that is fantastic. Yeah. I am not usually a barrel-aged beer fan, but I feel like I could drink a lot of this.
Yeah, and I'm so excited that it's in a 12-ounce can because it makes it a lot more accessible personally for me.
Yes.
You know, because this is 12% beer, and you know, one's probably plenty depending on the time of evening I'm enjoying it. The thing I love about this, now we're gonna have our cardamom. Tomas Slider, founding brewer at Culmination, founder of Culmination, love Tomas greatly. He's an incredible brewer. But now we're very lucky. Daniel Hughes is our head brewer, and I just feel like, I don't know, he's like, maybe Tomas is his spirit, I don't know, because he makes amazing beer. So this year, he made a cardamom version in addition to our bourbon version.
I do
so
love cardamom.
Same thing, but with cardamom.
Oh, that cardamom comes off right away. Oh, that's amazing. It's just right there. Very well balanced between the malt aspect, cardamom, hops. Oh, that is very well done. My compliments.
Thank you. And you are the first person outside of the brewery to get to taste these.
Oh, well, I'm honored.
We are filming this pre-release of this beer. We haven't even released it to the public yet. So, Liam, you are one lucky man. All right.
Very lucky.
So now the coup de grace, I'll let you hold the glass. So this is the Westward whiskey bottle. I'll put a picture up. And it says right down here, it makes me so proud, MCS Stout Cask Culmination Brewing. So if you go into an Oregon liquor store and you want to get one of these bottles, you have to ask for the Culmination version, basically. Yeah. Oh, I forgot something. You almost slipped something by me that I when you were talking, I remembered. If I remember correctly, you said that you made 4 barrels and you bottled 1 of the 4 barrels.
Yeah.
So what's up with the other 3 barrels?
Well, whenever we are bottling our whiskey, we decide to bottle it when it is actually ready. So these other barrels, we have them in reserve for when we want to release next. And with public appreciation of the whiskey, we could put it out, but we're not going to do it until those barrels are absolutely ready.
Now I have no idea, just a crazy idea. So you said 2017? So 2027 is 4 years from now, roughly.
Yeah.
So if you kept one of those bottled for 4 more years, it would be a 10-year aged MCS whiskey.
Yes.
I don't know what you'll do with it. You probably know what you do with it, but how much fun would that be? I would for sure buy one of those.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's. I want you to taste this. You probably had this before.
I've had a couple of sips.
And then I want you to give our viewers some tasting notes. Let us know what they're going to experience when they pick up their bottle.
Well, right away, I'm picking up notes of apple, a little bit of honey, and then a little deeper in, I'm getting some chocolate notes and kind of roasty. The oak characteristics are they're very well balanced, not over oaked at all. This is a really nice nose.
So let me ask you, I assume, but you'll let me know, you're the expert. This is a sipping whiskey, am I right?
Yes, absolutely. I would not mix with this at all. I would add maybe an ice cube, or you can go for the old dropper style, adding a little bit of water to it. But this is definitely a sipping whiskey. It is just super approachable, especially if you want to get the... Yes, I'd say that it's quite malty. It has a lot of chocolate notes on the palate, and yeah, it just has a very long finish that you're just going to want to appreciate after every sip.
So I think what I want to do is I'm going to get a bottle of this. I'm going to get some MCS of the beer, and I am going to wait for a cold winter night, turn on the fireplace. I'll have some beer, some whiskey, maybe a piece of chocolate, and just spend a couple hours enjoying first the beer and then some whiskey.
Yeah.
And just because I know how some bartenders are going to take your suggestion as a challenge, and I bet someone is going to make an incredible cocktail with this that's actually going to work.
Yeah, that is always an option. You can do what you want with it. I recommend sipping, but
fair enough.
Cocktailing.
You're okay with cocktails?
Oh yes, I love cocktails.
And particularly whiskey ones?
Oh yeah.
Well, Liam, it has been great to have you talking with us about this incredible whiskey and our 2023 edition of MCS. You can go to any Oregon liquor store, and you may have to order it, tell them you want it. Make sure to let them know that you want the Culmination edition. And it does say on the badge down here, like I said, MCS Stout Cask Culmination Brewing. But it is a phenomenal whiskey. Thank you again, Liam.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.